Episode 16, The 4 Life Positions.
Hello everyone. In the last episode, we saw what is called an outcome frame. In the previous episode, we saw what is a blame frame. A blame frame will not get you a solution, it will only define the problem. An outcome frame will give you the first step you should take in order to come out of the problem. You need to have both these mindset. You should completely explore your blame frame. You should also completely explore your outcome frame. By going through the first set of 6 questions, you will understand the intensity of the problem and what will happen if the problem continues. This will get you a mindset to get connected with the problem, to get involved with the problem. Until and unless you connect to the problem, you are not going to take the efforts to solve the problem. So you need to have both the sets of the questions in front of you. What is my problem and how I am going to resolve the same. In this episode, I am going to go into the details of what an outcome frame will look like. Before you listen to this piece, you take a piece of paper and a pencil. And I want you to write 4 words. I want, I don't want. I have, I don't have. You can make a matrix out of it. You draw a vertical line and a horizontal line. On the top of the vertical line, you put I want. On the bottom of the vertical line, you put I don't want. On the left side of the horizontal line, you put I have. And on the right extreme of the horizontal line, you put I don't have. Now look at these 4 quadrants. You will have 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1 will be I want and I have. Quadrant 2 will be I want, I don't have. Quadrant 3 will be I don't have, I don't want. And quadrant 4 will be I don't want, but I have it. Let us look at these 4 quadrants. Just analyze the content of these 4 quadrants. What is the happiest quadrant? Obviously, I want and I have. Let's say that I want a laptop and I have a laptop computer. Okay, my need is satisfied. What is equally a good quadrant? Obviously, I don't have and I don't want. For example, I don't have a helicopter and I don't want it. No problem on this. But life is not just having these 2 quadrants. Let's look at the second quadrant. I want, but I don't have. And the 4th quadrant, I have, but I don't want. What is second quadrant? I want it, but I don't have it. For example, you are a business head. You want 70% of the market share for your product. You want it, but you don't have it. You have about 50% only. So what are you going to do? This quadrant is what I call as outcome frame. Today, I have 50% of the market share. I want 70% of the market share. This is also a part of the goal setting exercise. We're going to look at it a little later. So let us look at the 4th quadrant. I have, but I don't want. For example, I have competition in my business. I don't want the competition. Or I have blood pressure. I don't want blood pressure. If you analyze these 4 quadrants, you can understand what are the 4 life positions. Now, take 4 pieces of paper. And on the first paper, give a topic, I want and I have it. List at least 10 items, what all things you have and what you wanted one day and you realized it today. For example, you have a good bank balance, you have a car, you have a good family, you have a loving wife or husband. This represents the areas where we are already satisfied. Sometimes the problem with us is we do not appreciate what we already have, but we long for things which we do not yet have. You need to count your blessings. Have you heard about the story? The person was complaining about acute pain in the leg until he saw a person without legs. So how blessed we are. This is very, very important. The second quadrant is I want, I don't have. So take a piece of paper and write 5 specific outcomes you want in your life. We are going to visit this page little later when we are doing our goal setting exercise. For example, you want your promotion, you want a decent bank balance, you want to acquire a property. All these things you do not yet have it, but it is in your agenda to have it. So list 5 different things which you need to have but which you do not have today. This represents your goal setting profile. So what type of goal you want to achieve in your life? We'll come back to it when we are going to discuss our long-term goal, medium-term goal and short-term goal. Now let us come to the quadrant number 3. I don't have it and I don't want it. List at least 5 things which you don't want to have. For example, sometimes we may be going after things which ultimately after reaching we will realize, oh, this is not what I wanted. Can you be very, very clear as to what are the things which you don't want to have it? And perhaps you can save a lot of your energy in trying to, what I call as chasing a rainbow. This is the third quadrant. Now let me come to the fourth quadrant. I have, but I don't want it. For example, I have competition, I don't want competition. I have blood pressure, I don't want blood pressure. This also represents a goal setting perspective. You have certain things and you want to get rid of. So quadrant 2 and quadrant 4 represents goal setting. We'll go deeper into these 4 quadrants in the episodes to follow.
தரமான மெட்ரிக் பாடத்திட்டத்துடன் ABS வித்யாலயா திருவள்ளூர்.